What's up guys? Okay, so today we are doing another Final Cut Pro video. My last Final Cut Pro video was my first Final Cut Pro video, which was a beginner's tutorial, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So today I thought we would do another Final Cut Pro tutorial. In today's video we are doing how to create your classic YouTuber's thumbnail. A lot of YouTubers do this in thumbnails. They do like the outline around the person with like a blurred background or a coloured background. So today I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to make those on Final Cut Pro. So I'm going to click on Find. I'm going to go and find my photo or screenshot that I want to create into my thumbnail. So I'm going to go and click, I'm just going to go and find where mine is. So this here is where mine is. It's in desktop. It's just a screenshot I took of a video, a demonstration just for this. So for you, you would go and find where your screenshot or video is. I'm going to go and drag mine into the timeline now. There it is. As you can see, there's me looking very weird and cringy, but you know, for a classic YouTuber thumbnail you have to have, you know, mouth open, arms up, you know, dramatic. But yeah, this is where we are. With this video, you don't have to understand exactly what I'm doing, just follow the steps and you should get to where you want to get to. It's a little bit complicated, but you understand what's sort of happening once you do it a few times. But for this video, just sort of follow the steps and you should be okay. So here we go, we've got our clip in the timeline. This is my delightful screenshot I took of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to click Command C, copy, and then I'm going to drag just to the end of here, and Command V, paste. So I'm then going to grab this clip we've got, and I'm going to drag it above this clip here. So that's my clip number 2, and that's my clip number 1. They're both exactly the same at the moment, but your clip number 2 needs to be on top of clip number 1. They're both exactly the same. Now that I've got that nicely lined up, I'm going to go and click our effects here, the right hand side, and I'm going to go and search for mask. So I'm going to be in all of them. I'm going to be in all video and audio effects, and I'm going to search for mask. And I'm going to get the draw mask, and I'm going to come and drag it on this video here. So what this will do is this will basically outline or cut out an image you want to cut out, and I'm going to cut out myself. So I'm going to have to go and draw around myself now. So it says here click to add a control point. So I'm going to click, and as you can see a little red dot has come up, and I'm going to click obviously where I want to start. So I'm outlining myself, so that's why I clicked there, because that's where I want to start. And I'm going to go and just draw myself around. So I'll probably fast forward this for you guys, but I'm going to go ahead now and draw around myself. As you can see, it's very straightforward, just sort of keeping it around myself every so often. What I'm doing is I'm just moving my mouse along and then clicking and then following the outline of my body. Okay, and we are coming to our last point. I'm going to go and click on the same one we started off with. So I'm going to click on that, and there we go. So we have now outlined my whole body. Now you can't see it because you can't see we've outlined it because I have the original clip underneath. But if I just drag this here, I can just demonstrate. If we have the black background, I am completely outlined. But obviously, as we have the original clip underneath, you don't know that I'm outlined. So we've now outlined this, and what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and click this clip here, clip number 2. I'm going to copy this, the clip number 2, the outlined clip. I'm going to copy it, Command C, and paste it on top, Command V. So that is now pasted on top. And then what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to click the middle clip again, and I'm going to go over to here, and feather I'm going to add up to around, we'll start with around 20. So why don't we, 21, that's fine. And then I'm going to click on the color correction here, click on that, and on the exposure setting, I'm going to drag the global one here all the way up to the max. And as you can see, when we did that, the outline of myself went white. With the feather that we adjusted earlier, if we go back to our video and go back to the feather, we've got that on 21. If we drag that up, it gets thicker, and if we drag it down, it gets thinner. So it's really your preference what you go for. I go for around like 19, 20-ish each time. We'll leave that on 22. And you could change the color. You know, maybe you don't want it white. For a lot of my videos, I just leave it white, but if you wanted a different color, we'd go onto the color correction again, and we click on the, instead of the exposure, we'd click on color. So we'd go on to color, and we'd sort of move these all around until we had the color we wanted. So why don't we change it to, we'll change it to blue for the purpose of this video. So we'll drag this down. As you can see, the color is changing. this is about, that's pink, purple there, that's sort of blue. And then we'll drag this down to make it a more vivid blue. There we go. And we'll drag this down as well. This doesn't do much actually, but we'll leave that down there as well. And we'll drag this one down. This just sort of makes it darker, lighter. We'll go for a nice dark blue. If you wanted it blue, that would be blue. Again, this probably isn't the best like photo to demonstrate on because my sky is very white. As you see here, the sky is too overexposed, so my head still looks white. But I'm actually going to just leave it as, I'm actually going to leave my outline as white. I don't want it blue for the purpose of this video, so I'm going to just click undo, and we're back to being white. You could just leave your video like this. If you're happy with that, then great. But what if you wanted, like a lot of YouTubers do, a coloured background or a blurred background? So I'm going to go show you how to do that. So first I'm going to show you how to do blurred, and then I'll show you how to do coloured. So for the blurred background, we're going to go and click on the bottom video, the very bottom video here, and we're going to click on the blur. And it's not showing me because I've got mask written down on the bottom, so I'm going to go and delete that. And there we go. So I'm going to click on the blur, and we're going to click on the Gaussian blur. Drag that to the bottom clip, and as you see there, my background blurs out. Now that looks pretty cool. I quite like that. Obviously the amount you can select here, so if you want it even more blurred, drag that right up. There you go, you can see that blurs way more, and if you want it a bit less blurred, you can drag that down. So again, that's up to you. But what if you want to do a coloured background? Make your thumbnail really pop out on the screen. If someone sees your YouTube thumbnail, it really stands out to them because it's coloured, you're outlined. So I'm just going to go and click Command Z to undo all the blurring we did. Because there we go, I have got rid of that. So now there's no blur there. And what we're going to do to get the coloured background is, we're going to go and click on this icon here. This is the Titles and Generators section. So we're going to click on that. Here are all the titles, but we don't want the titles. We want to click this here, the generators. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on gradient, and we're going to drag that gradient down in between our first clip and our second clip. So it's going to sit right there. It's going to sit below these two outlined clips, but just above our main clip here. Now you could just have a solid colour, but I quite like to make it a bit like transparent so you can sort of see the background. And obviously we don't want blue for this video. We'll change it to a different colour just to show you how to change it. So over here is where you see the opacity, or opacity. Why don't I know how to pronounce that, because I know the word, but you'll see the opacity here. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's at 100% right now. If we drag it down, then as you see, the background becomes more clear. I'm going to leave it, why don't we go that? That's quite nice. You can sort of see the background, but at the same time, the photo pops out a bit more. And then I'm going to go and click on this icon here, which is the generator icon, and this is where I get the colours. So I am going to change, why don't we go bluey and pinky, they sort of go well together. So I'm going to have this one here being a nice like mid blue, an aqua blue as it calls itself. That colour there, so that's the top colour. As you see, we've got these little like pointers here. So this controls the top colour and this controls the bottom colour, but we'll get to those in just a second. And for the bottom colour, I'm going to have that as a nice pink. So we'll go a nice bright pink. There we go, that looks quite cool. I'm just going to make this a little bit shorter so we don't keep, there we go, just have that in line. We've got a nice pink and blue here, and you could either leave it like that or you could adjust where the pink and blue is. So with the blue, I'm going to click on this top blue marker here, and as you see, the more we move it, the more the blue changes. So let's say I wanted like a diagonal, so I could drag this up here, and the pink I would drag over here to the diagonal. And right now, because they're so far apart, the fade is a lot. You see how the pink to blue fade is nice, but if I drag them closer, you'll see there's much littler fade. It's very much on the right side is blue and on the left side is pink. But I want that nice fade, so I'm going to drag the pink a bit further away and the blue a bit further away. And even if I want, let's say I wanted more pink than blue, I'd drag the pink more this way. So there you go, that gets you an idea. And on that note, that is pretty much it. To get this onto YouTube, you would obviously screenshot just this area here. So for on a Mac, that is Command-Shift-4. And then this gives you here, you would outline, you would click just there, drag over where you wanted to screenshot. Just there, let's go. Screenshot that. and then that you would upload as your YouTube thumbnail. So there we go, that is a very standard YouTuber thumbnail. If you wanted to add text and stuff, you can add text, you know, being like, you know, whatever your video is about, you could add text on the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. If it was helpful to you, then please do hit the like button down below. Any more Final Cut Pro tutorials you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. I'm thinking of doing a lot more Final Cut Pro tutorials, so please let me know in the comments down below what you want to see. And if you are new here and haven't subscribed to the channel, it means so much to me if you could subscribe down below. We're so nearly 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy. So if you guys could subscribe down below, that would be awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.